Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how your vibe can increase your size of your penis. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat of YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video we're going to talk about how your vibe can increase your size of your penis, because that's what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest the best, a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and higher penis, help you naturally raise that testosterone, the human growth hormones, all the magic and everything that you need to make yourself the best. Hit me up in the DMs. I'm here for you. Serious inquiries to make you your best version. Spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here for you. So, without further ado, I'm here to tell you about how your vibe can increase your size. And you might be thinking, like, what does this have to do with anything? Is this another, like, hippie type of, yeah, man, vibes, man, it's bad vibes? No. Everything is vibration. And we can agree with, Nikola Tesla and all these other types of, scientists and whatnot. They can agree that everything is a vibration. Even Marky Mark was talking about, feel the vibration. I don't know why I felt inclined to say that, but if I put a smile on your face, I'm doing something right, and that is one of the things that we got to do here, because when you are smiling, you are being your best version, you are being the best light. We are all divine, and anytime you're making that smile, it's made inside the mind, telling me that we are more than this. We all come from the sky, we all come from the stars. Everything that's in you is in me. So always make sure that you're laughing and you're smiling, and anytime that you're doing that, you're doing something right. So when we're talking about your vibes, that's what's going to attract size into your life. And you might be thinking, like, so what do I got to do? Walk around like I got to, like Chris Rock had a joke. He's like, you're walking around like this, but he's walking, and he should be walking around like that. Be as it may, it's more or less, understanding that, for one thing, when you go through what I'm doing, you're going to be making yourself grow. So you're going to already be clear for grow. You're going to give yourself the permission that you can grow. So go ahead and write that down. I give myself permission to grow, because you got to at least entertain the idea that this can be achieved, because I've done it. There's people that's done this, and it's been going on beyond centuries of people that want to manifest a bigger piece of meat that hanging down there, because that's what we want, a huge piece of meat swinging at the knees, dropping at the pecs, making you your best. And you got guys that will throw, like, hang a weight off of it just to, add that extra length or whatever. And, people want the girth, and there's a whole bunch of exercises I can teach you. You want the girth from the earth, you got to roll it out and pound it down and really just widen it out, and we'll definitely add some size there, because people want to be, stick as a 2-liter, I don't know, everybody's got their, depiction of what the right penis is. And I'd say it's more or less confidence, man. Whatever is going to make you your best version, making you go, making you able to just walk around naked. That's what my intention here is to do, because you guys are beautiful. I want you to know that, man. You got a beautiful dick. Say that right now. I got a beautiful cock. I'm proud of who I am. And you got to understand that you are, you're a divine being. So everything that's in you is, essentially everything. So you want to take care of your guy down there, man. You're not here to put him down. Remember, like I like to say, the triple D. And no, we ain't talking about gators, diamonds, and drives, Guy Fieri. We're talking about don't doubt your dick. And when it all comes down to, man, is believe in what you have, believe in what you are. Don't make your stick your stick. Unless that's your joke and that's what you're doing with people and you're spreading love and positivity, then by all means, that's a beautiful thing. But for everybody on a day-to-day, watch how you talk, watch what you say. Understand that, everybody's got ears, man. This body that we're in, this is all vibrations. So you want to put out positive vibrations. You know what I mean? Sorry, extra greasy today, man. Looking like a wrestler or something. Mickey Rourke or the great movie, by the way. But the Roman Reigns or something. But be as it may, you always want to come with love, no matter what you do. And I always got to preach my matrix hack anytime I got the shot to do it, because I feel that I'm changing this place for the better, and you're going to give yourself purpose when you do this on a day-to-day. You might think that, you know, like, do you belong in this room or not? This is going to be something that's going to prove that you do belong there. And something as simple as just, you know, coming from your heart. You ain't got to smile at everybody, because you know what? You got to own a smile. When you want to smile, you got to own it. And sometimes certain people are like, why are you smiling at me, fool? You know, certain people you can't smile at. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it's going to be. And I'm sorry, like, you know, whatever, you know, I don't know. Nah, you know, Cholos like getting smiled at too, all right? But watch where you're putting your smile is all I'm saying. You know, whenever you're able to get that right connection, it's magic, because we are magic. I want you to understand that we're divine. We're here to increase our size. We're here to spread love. And anytime that you're going out there with this intention of just, you know, not really caring what people are doing or saying, because, like, you know, I got a comedic mind, crazy thoughts, you know, always running through my mind. And you got to understand, like, are all these thoughts mine? I'm a conduit of thoughts. And I feel like if all thoughts are forms, vibrations, whatever, I look at them because, you know, I practice meditation and stuff, and I got my own ways of doing this, and recommend anybody does that, you know, so you can really look at a thought from a new place of neutrality where you're like, is this mine? Is this somebody else's? Where is it coming from? And, you know, so whenever I'm in like a public setting and you see somebody around, you might have like some like random thought, like this guy looks like he's on, you know, Deadliest Catch. Anything that's like silly or whatever that could just come to your head, you know, instead of rolling with that, you know, you can just go with love and be like, you know what, I intend on that guy to have a beautiful day. And when you do stuff like this, you are going to change the vibe of the whole place. You're going to hack the matrix. And that's something that I notice on a day-to-day. Like if I'm in the gym, you go in there with the right attitude, like you're going to have people that will just come up to you out of nowhere. And you don't, like, it's not even like you're intending on that. It's just more or less like, you know what, I just intend on that guy to have a beautiful day. I intend on that guy to have a beautiful day. That girl to have a beautiful day. I intend on that person to feel beautiful. And you know what, even though you might have perverted thoughts, I mean, we are all sexual beings underneath it all. I mean, isn't that what it's, you know, that's part of this avatar and part of who we are and part of the feelings, because sex is divine. I want you to write that down. Sex is divine. It's something that's felt beyond the body. And this is something that I can contest for, because I am a sleep sorcerer, man. When I go to sleep at night, I'm dripping that DMT, and I ain't got to snort for it, jab a vein for it. All I got to do is sleep. And I am battling it out in the astral realms, and I know that sex is something that's felt, whether I'm lucid, whether I'm, you know, being a huge massive giant with my massive piece of meat that I'm able to suck between my massive pecs, or if I'm flying and I have nobody, you know what I mean? When I'm just in that zone, I can understand that it's felt. Or if I'm in the Quentin Tarantino type of correlated memory that I'm putting together, and the next day, that's where I know that I felt sex. And people might be like, well, is that anchored to the body? Opinions vary, you know what I mean? I feel that sex is something that's beyond everything that we have. And I know that, you know, everything's on the chakra system. Got that third eye right there. It's just always clear, and I'm still eating meat, and I don't care what anybody's got to say about, you know, in order to be enlightened, you can't have fluoride, barium, aluminum. You know what, if we're going to entertain the idea, and I just gave you an Alex Jones right there. He can make anything sound scary, by the way. But if we're going to entertain the idea that this place is a matrix, this place is a vibration, why do we got to buy into, okay, you know what, you know, meat's bad, and, you know, Burger King, like, what if being a vegetarian is, I don't know why, this is very ego, and I'm just gonna say this for fun. All right, so I'm preparing you because I'm here with love. All right, and you know, if being a vegetarian is so great, then why is everything trying to duplicate meat? All right, Burger King selling a Impossible Whopper, you're gonna sell a In-N-Out burger duplicate for $20 for a hamburger when you can just go buy the real deal for $5 and just enjoy your meal and enjoy your life. But I mean, hey, to each their own, you know what I mean? There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just got to find your way, and all truths are true. So whatever you're doing to find you and make you you, that's a beautiful thing. We all can't just be, you know, doing the same thing essentially. So you got to have people that choose this diet or that diet, but don't just be doing something because of somebody else. Do it because of you. And if it really feels right to you, if it resonates well with you, then that's a beautiful thing. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but I just feel that, you know, I'm a passionate cook, and, you know, I love to eat, and I've been doing my fitness techniques and what I see, you know, like I say, I intermittent fast every day, 20 hours with nothing except for green tea and black coffee, and then I'll start feasting at the end of it. And, you know, I'm dialing it in as I need. I do the 1, 2, 3. Number 1, eat it, see how you feel. Number 2, we check the deuce. Write this down. I love the sound. And when you check your deuce, you're checking your stool. Because to me, like, if you eat enough peanut butter, you know, peanut butter, almonds, all that kind of stuff, makes your skin greasy. And, you know, eating too many greens, kale, and all this and that, you know, it makes, like, what's the point in eating something if it's coming out like mud? You know what I mean? So I feel like if you're eating efficient, you're feeling good, you're looking good, and you're taking a clean dump. You know what I mean? You got a clean log, you ain't got to wipe. That to me is self-sufficient at its finest. To each their own on that. You might be able to prove this, that, or the other. Just the way that I'm going with it, and I just feel like it's worth checking yourself for anything, you know what I mean? I was raised, you know, eating pasta and a whole bunch of, like, you know, sausage and sausage and a bunch of other types of meats and stuff, and I've cut down on it because when you intermittent fast, you don't have time to eat all day. You know what I mean? I remember working construction. You'd have a foot long Subway sandwich, $5, you know, and I'll give you a foot long. You know, regardless, you know. When you have that, you know, you'll be tasting it at dinner is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And it's like, what's the point in all that? You're going to have a sandwich at dinner, at lunch, you know, at noon, and then all of a sudden it's 5, 6 o'clock and you still taste that, you know, whatever turkey sandwich that you got. And it's just like, that's telling you that your body needs time to digest. Even Sadhguru, the Indian guy with the big white beard, and he always talks, you need at least 8 hours to digest. And I'm a firm believer in that. I really believe that, you know, it takes time for your body to, you know, get all this stuff out of you for you to be your best. And that's why intermittent fasting is definitely a great practice, and it's going to scrap out a whole lot of meat because you ain't going to have enough time when you're in that 4 to 6 hour window of feasting to really just start, you know, having a foot long sandwich at lunch, having a bacon and egg for breakfast, and then having, you know, some type of chicken dinner or whatever, you know, steak or whatever you're eating on a day-to-day, a hamburger, whatever it may be. But when you put it all to the end, you know, you're only having maybe a burger today, maybe you're having eggs today, maybe you're having this today. And, you know, me with wanting to, you know, manifest more muscle, I'm dialing it in where, all right, we got to add more protein. But, you know, like, when I'm at the point where it's like, you know, to me, shape, then size. So write that down, shape and then size. Everybody's got their own way to get their prize. But, you know, to me, like when I was bodybuilding more or less in the beginning, if your waist isn't dialed in and you ain't got, you know, the abdominals just, you know, flared in where you want them to be, all you're doing, you know, is just duplicating another version of what you have. You're just increasing the size of where you're at. That's something that I noticed. You know, people all out there, they know how to dial it in so many different ways. This is just the way that I'm finding. And it's one of my practices that I like to do. I do depleted workouts, and you know, I'm able to get pumps without taking your NAR pump and all this, that, and the other. I can do everything just you know, right here, man. I learn a lot from. You can learn a lot from just people that do drugs. You know, you know what I mean? Like I always like to preach about this, and if it's making you smile and getting you like, man, you know, I'm saying this. If you see like a crackhead, a meth head, or whatever head, you know, somebody that's on, you know, an upper, all right, not somebody that's on, you know, Ron, I'm talking about somebody, and again, I do not condone anybody to do drugs. I don't even do them, you know, but be as it may, you know, we're here for a beautiful experience. And when you got somebody, like you look at like a guy that's all tweaked out or whatever, You know, you might see him, he's flexing, he's always flexing. You can understand that that guy is actually pumping his muscles, and he's getting more of a pump from just doing that than you are from your whatever pre-workout shake that you're having. You just got to be able to understand that the magic's in here, man. Everything that's behind these eyes, that's inside this mind, is the power to make anything happen. So like I always like to preach and say, you got to keep this clear for takeoff. If you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. Write that down. I love the sound, and anytime you want to do drugs, like I said, don't condone them. Make sure you're clear for takeoff. That's my pitch on that, because you don't want to have a runway with a whole bunch of just stuff in the way, because, you know, if you're going to have fears and this and that, especially with hallucinogens and, like, you know, all that time, I take ayahuasca in Costa Rica, or whatever you got to do to tell you that, you know, people are doing acid or this and that. You know, at the end of it all, if this is just like, you know, some simulation anyways, what does it really matter? You know what I mean? You are your own resistance. You are your own matter. You are the one that's going to tell you if it does matter. I'm letting you know that you do matter. You are beautiful. And, you know, you're the one that's going to be able to give yourself you're going to find your flow of what works and what helps you grow. And what does this all have to do with vibe? Everything has to do with vibe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe will increase your size. And you got to go out there with the right mentality, the right mindset that you are that. You know, give yourself the confidence today. Because confidence, that, you know, that can move mountains, man. That's the attitude that you gotta have, man. You know, if you are a huge, massive giant, are you gonna be walking around all scared and whatever and timid all day? No. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be cocky, you know, be some alpha type of way, because that has nothing to do with what's hanging between the knees. You know what I mean? A lot of humble people are the ones that are hanging the best. And that's something that I can contest for. You know, people don't even, you know, it's not something that's always, you know, flared out there when you know what you have. You know what I mean? But the vibe of what you have will always reflect. So remember that. Remember, it's your vibe, not so much of the attitude like, yeah, man, I got big old dick. You know what I mean? You ain't, if that feels good to say, go ahead and say it to raise your vibration, put a smile on your face, say that. But you ain't got to go around like that all day, you know what I mean? It's just more or less, you know what you have, you're proud of what you got. You're going to find people that will definitely, you know, they're going to definitely believe what you have and see what you have and know what you have and understand that you do have a bat and a huge piece of meat swinging at the knees, and they're going to be happy that it's throbbing and, you know, ready for them to just, have some fun with, man. And, you know, of course, some people can't handle the size, but you always, like I say, your vibe will attract your tribe, will attract whatever you need, it will attract your size. So if you're looking to grow, keep your mind clear for growth. Go out there with the attitude that you're allowing yourself to grow. Start practicing the exercises that I teach here in the BCC. You know, the super engine, my claim to fame, my masturbation for manifestation, Kegels and jelqing. Of course, these practices have been around beyond, you know, if time may even exists. All right, these have been going on from tribes. These have been going on with a whole bunch of different cultures that are all about phallic worship, making their piece bigger. And really what this all comes down to is making you a better person, just making you confident in who you are, man, because I intend on you to be confident, spread love, and be the best version that you can be, because the more confident, beautiful people that we have here, the better this place is going to be, the better people feel, the better that you're going to see the world, and the better the world's going to be, because everything is vibration. So feel it, feel it. So with that, feel the vibration, you know what I mean? If I raised your vibration in any way, I'm happy to do that. Calibrate yourself, make yourself feel great and beautiful, and understand I'm here for you. I'm here, I'm rooting for you. I believe in you. Triple D, you know what it is. Don't doubt your dick. Don't say anything negative about your guy down there. Always lift them up. Lift it up, man. You want to make it go high. All right? And if you are going to get high, make sure this is clear for takeoff. And, you know, you can learn a lot from just being observant and observing your own thoughts, man. Because you got to understand, man, if we're entertaining all angles, all ideas, man, are they mine? Are they yours? Whose are these? We're a conduit for growth. We're a conduit for love. And that's what we're going to attract here. The best. Making you happy intending on spreading love and manifestation of all the magic and miracles that we have inside. Because I love you guys. You guys are beautiful. We're going to have plenty more beautiful experiences to come. I'll definitely be seeing you around the way. And we're going to definitely manifest and grow and be huge and make beautiful things happen. So with that, make sure you ring the bell. You know, tell some friends. And of course, like Rocky always says, hey, yo, I didn't hear no bell. Ring the bell! Make sure you ring the bell. If not for me, do it for Sly. I love you guys. You guys are beautiful. I'll see you around. Peace.